All right, let's just get right into it. Should children be on social media? Should children be on social media with adults? And should adults be the only people on social media, or should adults be mixed with children on social media? That is a question that I've been pondering lately. And first off, drop in the comments, what do you think? What's your opinion? My opinion right off the bat is I don't think we should kick children off of social media. I think they should probably be in their own children kind of playpen of social media. I mean, first off, like, let's not try to get Republican or Democrat or super political right now, but a lot of the things you see on social media is just like not really real. Whether that's a 30-second clip of an interaction with a police officer and a citizen, and it goes bad, someone gets shot, whatever it may be. Usually, like, interactions are 10, 15, 30 minutes long with humans, especially with police officers, and these 30-second clips get thrown on social media. It's like, oh my God, this happened. Oh my God, that happened. When it's like, we don't have any idea really what happened until we can get all the information. And that goes for almost every single thing. Wars in other countries, conflicts in other countries, protests across the country, even weather storms. A lot of times people get misinformation from weather storms. Hurricane Katrina, people thought it wasn't that bad of a situation because there were storm chasers on the wrong side of the New Orleans area that got smashed by Katrina. And they're like, yeah, it's all good over here. But in other places, it was actually horrible. And that's just, you know, a bad telephone chain line, supply chain line of just wrong information. And that's not to say that everybody's working as an evil person trying to put out disinformation. And I think that's a situation that I don't know how we're gonna handle it. Like, people going on social media, making an account, whether that's a Russian type of promoted thing, a Chinese funded thing, or just an angry American human kid creates a fake account on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and they just post fake news or argue different stuff and just rile people up. We know that's happening, these troll farms and stuff, and a lot of them are from Russia and China, so that's definitely true. And should a 13, 14-year-old kid that doesn't really have that world concept yet, maybe not, maybe they do, maybe they don't. I think the average American is a little bit younger than maybe the average human should be for their age, maturity level. There's a book, Coddling of the American Mind by Jonathan Haidt and a couple other college professors, and it's really, really a fascinating book, and it's about basically my generation, a little bit older and a little bit younger, and it says that my generation of humans, basically my generation of humans, when we're young kids, our parents are so scared of us getting kidnapped and raped and stolen and taken away from them and hurt and injured, and that's understandable because the news was kind of promoting that stuff. And you know, you do want to know what's going on in the neighborhood, if there's any crime or anything like that, if people are breaking into cars, you want to know that. But at the same time, it caused this panic, and it created humans to kind of isolate their children and not have children interacting with adults where they can ask adults questions, even like order their own food at a restaurant. I see young kids come in all the time, and I know when I was a little kid, my parents would order food for me. Like, why can't a little kid say, can I get French fries and a cheeseburger? How do you want that cheeseburger cooked? Medium well. It's like a little kid has to understand. It's like, hey, little man, we have no American cheese. You want some other cheese? And the young kid has to make that decision for himself. But in America, we kind of lack some of these interactions, and it causes a lack of growth and a lack of maturity. So I think that's a big conversation that needs to be held. And should these immature 14, 15-year-old kids that are more thinking on a 12, 13-year-old level basis, should they be on social media interacting with a guy that's working 40 hours a week, paying taxes, owns a house, has a mortgage, is married, that has financial responsibilities and has to be accountable for different things in their life? Should they be on a platform talking about politics and talking about, you know, Black Lives Matter and different charities and is global warming real or not? Like, I don't know if we should be taking a 12-year-old's opinion about that, and I don't know if they should be able to argue with 40-year-olds and grown men, grown women, whatever you want to do. But at the same time, I mean, there's some 40-year-old guys that work construction, have no idea what they're talking about, and they're on social media talking about politics. So should they be on social media promoting their politics? They have no idea what they're talking about either. But at that point, freedom of speech kind of overrides most. But then should we have children going on social media and reading a 40-year-old guy that has no idea what he's talking about politics? Is that good for the children? I don't know. It's really a multifaceted conversation. It's pretty deep, pretty complex, and I've been thinking about it a lot recently. I don't know how much of an issue it is. I don't know. It's really interesting, but we do have to be careful about the way our youth mind is shaped. And yeah, I don't know. Let me know what you think in the comments. I'm gonna have some more conversational pieces as this vlog goes on, so let's go. Hey, you say he's just a friend. You say he's just a friend. Oh, baby, you. All right, and let's have another conversation about young kids on social media in the aspect of the whole sexual interaction between men and women, or just, you know, adults on social media. People trying to DM each other, go out on a date, hey, go out on a Tinder, just a one-night stand. Meet relationships. I know people meet boyfriend and girlfriend, and that's awesome. And you can actually meet a lot of business partners and do a lot of really cool things through social media. But let's just use TikTok, for example. TikTok is very weird in this weird gray area where you go on TikTok and the things that tend to go viral are either, you know, controversial arguments or funny clips or crazy cool, you know, video type of things, but also girls, and predominantly girls, you know, shaking their ass and shaking their stuff and half naked on freaking TikTok and doing these dances and stuff. And it's all well and dandy and that's fine. You're getting likes, you know, your dopamine's freaking boo, 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 getting all these likes and comments. Oh, you're so hot, and you know, you feel good about yourself. That's awesome, right? You know, everybody wants some confidence, and it's good. It's good to feel good about yourself. But there is a fine line between, I'm 21, I go on social media and I see these girls shaking their ass, and sometimes you go on their account and they're young girls. I don't know how young, but they're young. They are young, and it's kind of weird. You got what I need. Or pulled up next to me and I got a little self-conscious. He had tints. I couldn't see if he was staring at me or if he was just lost in space. So I'm walking. But yeah, it's this weird gray area where these young girls are on TikTok shaking their ass very sexually and doing these sexual dances. Like I said, do what you want to do, that's fine. But I didn't really sign up for an app to be technically a grown adult to see these weird underage girls. I mean, this is, at the end of the day, it's almost child pornography, some of the stuff that they let on these apps. And again, I don't know if I'm trying to hate on, you know, some of these private corporations that are these app companies and, you know, run the apps and stuff like that. I don't know if they're trying to push some weird sort of agenda or something weird on me. But at the end of the day, they let young people do sexual type of things and show their body in a sexual way, and they're young children, they're young girls, young boys are probably out here doing these weird dances and stuff. And it's just it's weird, it's very strange. It's this weird gray area where it's this is literally this girl is in a thong bathing suit thing. I don't really that's not a bathing suit. At the end of the day, that's basically underwear, and a thong, that's lingerie, and it's a little girl dancing, and it's so weird. That's why I've really gotten off TikTok. There's a lot of other negative things about TikTok, just all this craziness and the way the algorithm works and the way it just never ends. It's just always scroll. It's crazy. TikTok is insane. But if I had that fishing hole today, she'll be packing all her things. You do have a chance to go viral, so I try to post some clips on there, but yeah, it's pretty negative. I try to get off there. I try to stay off that stuff. But it is this weird child pornography. It really is. It's kind of this creepy conversation that no one wants to have. And call me a creep, but that's the reality. You go on the app and you have these crazy young people doing these sexual dances, and it's fucking weird. It's weird. So am I holding this camera. It's pretty weird as well, but I'm gonna miss her. Woo! When I get home. And then there is the argument of cyberbullying and young kids bullying each other. And, you know, maybe making a fake account and bullying one kid. You know, a whole group of kids make fake accounts so they don't get in trouble in school or whatever it may be. Or even if they use their regular accounts. Kids don't even care anymore. They just straight bully you and call you horrible names and comment things and repost probably horrible photos and videos of you getting beat up or pantsed or peeing your pants. And, you know, people kill themselves over this stuff, and young kids kill themselves over this because young kids can't handle this public humiliation that happens on social media. And these are little kids, and then sometimes grown adults like Chrissy Teigen tell them to go kill themselves. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? But yeah, it's a fine line too of having little kids on social media interacting even with each other to the point where they're saying, you know, crazy stuff to each other. Or let's say they say something super out of pocket to an adult, and an adult's like, who the hell is this little kid? And an adult basically cyberbullies him, because adults are assholes too. So at least an adult is can own up, hopefully has the we give him the responsibility to have to deal with you know, people talking shit, because that's life. But a little kid, you know, and people ragging on them, a bunch, you know, thousands of people ragging on you just because you disagree or you said something bad, or you're a little kid and someone made fun of you and something went viral, like, really causes like negative trauma. Like, some of these kids are really traumatized. Like, imagine like if, like, let's say a girl pantsed you and your dick falls out and you're in middle school and everyone makes fun of you. Like, that's kind of ass. Like, you're probably not the one kid in the class with a big ass dick that's like, hey, you pantsed me, who gives a shit, I got a big ass dick, right? Everyone's probably like, oh, damn it, dude, like, fuck. And like, that's really probably embarrassing. It could be like really traumatic for young kids. But yeah, and social media, I don't know, it's weird. It's a fine line, right? Because you also don't want to take away their freedom of interacting and figuring out how to interact. And, you know, I guess young kids probably are a lot more competent on social media in what they see and say than maybe an old person that never grew up with social media. I guess you could maybe make that argument, but still, I don't know if it's good. You know, the cyberbullying and the negative comments and then the ragging and like thousands of people attacking one person. It's like you're defenseless on that app. It's weird. I don't know. It's a fine line. It's gray area. A lot of these things are gray areas. What are you gonna do? Send me the sun, I'll show it'll hit me. So yeah, what are you gonna do? Should adults be on social media with children? Let me know in the comments. Let me know what you think. I don't really know. I think it's probably best for social media to be like have their own children section, right? They should be allowed to, I guess, look up whatever they want in a way. I guess they should still be rated R, but they should just not maybe be interacting with adults. Like, I guess it's nice you see your aunt and your uncle, but it's also kind of weird that your aunt and uncle and grandma are following you on Instagram and Facebook and Twitter and stuff, and you're trying to, you know, get a cute guy to like your photo, and meanwhile your grandma's like, oh, you look really cute. It's like, stop, I want the cute guy to swipe up. But I don't know, maybe it's good that we're all in there learning off of each other and trying to, I don't know. Let me know what you think. It's a really interesting conversation that I don't think anyone's really trying to have in a real public Discord. But yeah, let me know what you think. Stay tuned. Vlogmas coming every single day until Christmas, baby. I got more vlogs, more videos coming out as well, including the Vlogmas videos. So stay tuned. Smash that like button, subscribe. Check out my podcast. Link is in the description. I got my own podcast, Keeping It Real podcast. On my website, link in the description. My Instagram, link in the description. So check all that stuff out. And yeah, try to think. What do you, I don't know. Kids on social media with adults. I don't know. Deuces. When I walk through that door tonight.